It's Week 18 of the 2025 season. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He's now able to call himself a 1,000-yard rusher for the season.
It's the Colts and the Jags, next on Madden Football. Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Long way to get here, but finally here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on the complete opposite side, you got guys making plans for the offseason, figuring out where they're going on vacation. Week 18 is a tricky thing around the league. A lot of division games, a lot of interesting matchups. And we're just wrapping up stage one of what is an unbelievable NFL season.
The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran. He's still going. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
16 yards on the game and a quick first down. Here's Flacco. Got his tight end, Granson. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Taylor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. 3rd and 6. Now Flacco. In trouble, and down he goes. So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Back deep for Jacksonville, that's Devin Duvernay. And he'll get something there on the return, and it will take this back to the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, former first-rounder out of Alabama. It's Mac Jones.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions, but it leads to some missed opportunities as the play unfolds. He could have had more touchdown output if he would have just gotten off that first read and found the open man. He got away with it last week. He doesn't want to make a habit of trying to get away with it every week. He needs to clean that up, especially if he wants to come away with a win here today.
Throwing, Jones. He finds his tight end. That's Brenton Strange. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary as a pass receiving threat, and not only do damage before they catch the ball, but so many of these guys have tremendous ability after the catch.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run. It's ETN. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jones. Now a screen set up for ETN. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Gun, it's Jones. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Jaguars are going to have themselves a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A gain there of 13 yards.
Those are the back-breaking plays defensively that you just can't allow. You have the quarterback dead to rights. You're about to get off the field, and instead, you let him turn into a runner, big play, and he picks up the 1st down.
Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. One more try. And we'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. They'll run with Bigsby. And a big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Hank Bigsby. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Anthony Gould now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Colts offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. We'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Flacco to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession, using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll get this out to his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Second down and 8. Taylor gets it out of the pistol. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Josh Hines Allen there on the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Flacco. A throw on the move is caught. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.